Hey guys, it's Bub here, and in this video we're taking a look at something pretty unique. This is a 69 megabyte installation of Windows 7. We've taken a look at things like Tiny 7 or alternate versions of that in the past in previous videos, but this might be the smallest Windows ISO, or rather a more modern Windows ISO, that we've ever taken a look at on this channel. And I feel the need to further clarify that this actually is not an ISO. When you download this from archive.org, it is a VMX file with a VMDK virtual disk. So with that being said, I have no setup process. I have no ISO to show you. This is solely just a VMDK that I imported into VMware. So you'll see here that when we try to power on the virtual machine, we actually get an error that it's using a hardware version that is not supported by this version of VMware Workstation, which I believe I'm running VMware Workstation 16. So what we actually have to do is we have to go into the VM, we have to manage and change the hardware compatibility to VMware 16.2.x. We want to just alter this VM. I don't know what version it said it was. Like I said, it was HW21, but I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a newer version of Workstation that I'm not running. But now that we're running this version, we've upgraded the hardware, we can actually boot up the virtual machine. And here we go. So this is actually expected. It gives you an error. Windows Boot Manager failed to start. What we need to do here is hit Enter, and then you can see it brings us into Windows Boot Manager. Now if we hit Windows 7, you'll see it just loops us back the way that we came. So it's like a boot loop. The way to actually get around this is on this screen we have to press F8 and then come down to Disable Driver Signature Enforcement. I don't know why we have to do this, but this is just a requirement of this ISO itself. I keep saying ISO because that's what I'm so used to in all of my YouTube videos. This is not an ISO, this is just a custom Windows disk that we have. And here we are. This is going to be a relatively short video compared to my normal ones because there's not much to take a look at in this OS, which is what makes it so impressive. So we see here on the desktop we have my recycle bin, and we'll come back to the Windows Explorer later, but then we also have desktop.ini, which is just a standard INI file, nothing too out of the ordinary here. I don't have any option to open with, I can't open it with Notepad or anything like that. Desktop background is black. We don't have many options, and we don't even have a personalize button. It is strictly display, and it doesn't go anywhere. The taskbar is extended. It's obviously the Windows Classic theme, but taken even more strict, because we can see, look at the fonts here. I mean, these are basic. We at least have a show desktop button over here on the far right side, but here we have our system time, we have our date. Clicking on this doesn't bring up a calendar, or doesn't bring up anything like that. Moving along the taskbar, we can see that we do have things like we can control toolbars, so we actually still get toolbars, which I find pretty interesting. I'm surprised those are still there. We then have show the desktop, start task manager, but we actually don't have task manager. Lock the taskbar so we can't move it around. It's actually on by default, so if I do that, yep, now we can move it around. And then we have our taskbar properties where we can actually, there we go, we actually have some controls here where we can control what we want to add. Now let's click on our very bland start menu, and we can see that this is, it looks like a beta build for Windows 95, honestly. We don't have a profile picture, we don't have anything pinned by default. We have a user profile that's named Zeno by default, so that is, again, it's a VMDK, it came out of the box this way. We have documents, which is access letters, reports, what we typically see. Pictures, music, computer, and when we open computer properties, it actually doesn't open anything. Control panel also opens a blank window. We have nothing that we can control in this build. Default programs, which file system error, and then help and support, which does nothing. Coming into all programs, you can see we have no programs. It's empty. We cannot do anything on this operating system because there's no programs. Let's say that we want to run Notepad. Well, at least we have run. Notepad, cannot find Notepad. Task Manager, we saw earlier, cannot find Task Manager. At least we can get to Windows Explorer, where we can see that we have no favorites, no libraries, we have computer, and we can see here that here's our disk. The disk itself is only 922 megabytes. Yes, that says megabytes, not even gigabytes. And we can see that, oh, we're actually using 181 megabytes instead of 69. Now, granted, remember, I did have to upgrade the compatibility version. there's probably a few things here that have attributed to the fact that this is 181 megabytes. With that being said, a download size itself was 40 megabytes because it was compressed in a zip file or 7-zip file. So I'll take that as a win. I don't want to call it clickbait because of that, because there are some other factors that may have played into this becoming 181 megabytes, which is still impressive for Windows 7, an operating system that came out within the last, I guess, 20 years now. And we have computers and devices, which doesn't even throw us an error because it's missing the actual network drivers. So that being said, oh wow, we actually still have the snapping here. I was not expecting to have snapping still in this build. Let's take a look at this window theme here, or these window borders. So we can see here that we still have the Windows Classic gradient. Font's a little weird, but one thing you may have noticed is that our X, minimize, and maximize buttons have been replaced with characters. R appears to be the exit button, the 0 appears to be the minimize button, and then 1 means you're not maximized, 2 means you are maximized. I'm assuming this is because in order to get this to such a small ISO, or a small build rather, I keep saying ISO, they had to strip out things like those icons. So now they're solely just characters. Similar thing here. I mean, you can see that we have 6s everywhere, where I believe there should be arrows here. Yeah, there would be an arrow. They replaced the actual icons with literal numbers and characters just to reduce the size of the ISO. So that's pretty cool. I can't get the task manager to show you CPU and RAM utilization, so with that being said, like, this is a pretty, well, let's see what the lock screen looks like. Well, there's the lock screen. It is just the Windows 7 icon, or the window border, and you click on it and logs us in. We don't even have a login screen, it's just a black screen. Well, I wish I had more to show you in this build, but this is it. We don't even have WinVer. So with that being said, definitely let me know what you think about this ISO down in the comments below, and please let me know if you have any other ISOs that you want me to take a look at, because I love doing viewer recommended videos. I cannot stress that out enough. Please let me know if you have an ISO or an OS that you want me to look at. With that being said, if you like this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new around here, as I do all kinds of different technology videos, including device restorations. With that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.